Join us today as we're here at the Chino Bonsai Club here in San Gabriel. Oh, welcome back everybody. So we're in the here in their main hall. So let me go if I can do tree to tree pretty quick. So Chino Bonsai Club is really known for these really massive California junipers, and the natural foliage is really beautiful. There's a really big tree, just to give you an idea of scale. Oh, that's the idea of my scale there. Wonderful dead light vein right down the middle there. I'm just gonna go with the right side right here. We have a lovely ficus. Has this wonderful shape. I like, you know, ficuses are usually really straight, but these kind of melts. It kind of like hangs off that rock. It's kind of cool. Black pine here. You can tell black pines are really old based on its barkage. Really nice needle. Oh, it's a rock, root over rock. Look at that. You don't really see that very often in a black pine. It's kind of cool because it's hidden in the background, so you don't really notice it. I didn't notice it until I kind of walked up to it. The California juniper. I think this has been grafted at one point with Kishu. Yeah, as it says Kishu, it's been grafted at one point. Let's see if we can find the graft point. Graft point's gonna be right there in the back corner, just one branch. That's really classic. Here's a pyracantha. You know, I never can grow these well. I get this blight that would kill it in my neighborhood. But yeah, if you can grow these, are pretty nice, especially in the wintertime with these berries. These berries really turn bright red. I think this is an orange variety too, so that's kind of unusual. Another giant black pine. I do like, black pines are really known for that flaky bark, and this one shows that age really well. If you look carefully, here's that lovely barkage. It's plated, so you know that's age on that one. Can't really hide that in black pines. This looks like, oh geez, if anyone knows the name of the ficus, I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's not Benjamina. Oh, there's a nano version of this one. I'll come to me like later tonight when I don't need it. But if you guys know it, tell me what that one that is. Here's a really cool California juniper. Let me step back. Really cool. Light veins in the back, kind of scoops up the front, and then does this dual tearing back to the top. That's kind of cool. Really beautiful bougainvillea, orange. So this is a dual tone. It turns this, starts at this orange color and turns this like this rose pink. Just skip the other side. So let me kind of give you kind of the overall scale. It's hard to get everything in the depth I have here because there's just massive trees. Here's a really tall, let me kind of point the camera up. Here's a really tall California juniper again with, I'm not sure if anything's live on this side. Let me see. Oh, no, I was wondering. So it's one live drain that's the apex. That's another side branch. And this one goes nowhere actually. I didn't see a branch that goes that one, but it's kind of cool. They brought one to the front, looped it to the back, so it gets some that depth of view, which is kind of really cool. Liquid amber. Here's another California. So California junipers are really iconic because they don't really follow any like the typical rules. And then with Yamadori, you really have to work with what it has. So this one has a really big dead vein or dead wood in the front, and all the branches on the back. So what they had to do is really move those branches from the back to the front to give that foreground look. So that's again something that's different from regular trees. Here's another black pine with really even needles all the way to canopy. It's a little top, but you know, it's not bad. Black pines are really tough to work with. Here's a classic Dave and June tree, they're really classic with a really ribbon-like trunk line there. Again, I get Yamadori's really, so in this case, if you guys ever have a tree, look at this close up. That live vein loops all the way up, back. This is almost 180 degrees turn back down. That top apex is actually rolled back in here for this, for the majority of that mass in the front, which is really artistic there. Porter carcass, another California juniper. Again, that dead vein on the side, which are known. If you ever collected California junipers, they're actually grown in these giant wings, and then they kind of spread in the center. So this was probably the center, and then it grows outward, and then we'll have multiple branches at the one side. So very similar. Just finished the demo over there. Let me kind of loop back around here really quick. Beautiful. Here's another black pine. I think the other ones were better, but again, the hard part about black pines is to make sure showing it's getting those needle lengths exactly the same to get that uniform look. That's pretty tough. So bravo whoever put this together. Really cool elm. Kind of lanky, I think, but you know, not bad. They're using some guide wires to pull it down, which is kind of ingenious. This is kind of one of my favorite trees. Couple things, reason why is the trunk line's spectacular. It's a scale. It's not too big, but big enough to get that presence. That trunk line is absolutely spectacular. So if you ever follow this one, let me kind of cheat a little bit. Trunk line starts from here in front. You see it all kind of curls, make this S turn, and then makes the turn right there. They used one branch and then moved it across to make this entire canopy, which is kind of cool. And they did all that work to save that the branch for a taijin on top, which is really cool. Giant bogey. Yeah, giant bogey. Too bad it's not full flowering. I like that orange one. It was pretty awesome. Here's a really low-hanging California juniper, which is unusual. You never see like a cascade in the wild. So this is probably at one point a tree that was on the side. My guess is that was the horizontal line, and they actually turned it 90 degrees, which is kind of interesting how they used what they had. Here is a side cave from Frank Goya. It's probably an old one too, probably. Some stones. Teiwaki. There's John Nakaso, especially with one of those chrysanthemum stones. Of course, Harry Harrell, or no, Ben Oki tree. And something unusually we don't see here in Southern Cal is a coastal redwood. I actually looked at this tree for a bit. It's kind of interesting. I've never seen one up close, but if you have one of these trees, leave a comment. I'd love to hear how they do well in Southern Cal. I do see these. I have, my neighbor has a coastal redwood in the ground, but that's in the ground. I'm not sure how they react like out of the ground in a pot. So if you have a tree, I'd love to hear your comments about it. Here's a small composition. It looks like a kishu. Yeah, it's kishu. Kishu, if you ever notice, has this really tight foliage. I like it, but the problem is they're really known for spider mites. So if you have it, you really have to keep on top of it. But the package is kind of awesome. There's a really cool olive. It's like price stump. You can see under the skirt. There's a stump right there a bit, with a really massive, big canopy there. Let me turn around. Here's a big California juniper with a deadwood. Let me get close up with a deadwood. So, learning a lot from other artists. California deadwood is known for like the termite damage. So, and this characteristic is really hard to replicate in like with human hands. You can't get some of these fissures in there like that. So. That's what really known for like California junipers. But if you have like Utah junipers, they really don't have this type of deadwood feature based because that wood is so hard. Here is a Elm Forest, I think we've seen this one. I don't remember the artist, but I know I've seen this into winter silhouette before. One thing that's really I've noticed is the mossing. This moss has been on here forever. And the hard part, and the dangerous part about having moss like this, it starts eating the barkage. So there's a trick. You can use a small toothbrush and a little bit of vinegar to kill off that moss so it doesn't really and start eating up your bark, which is, you know, I mean, that's known for. But it's going straight into fall color, which is really awesome. Here's the Sierra Juniper. So Sierra Juniper is slightly different from California, a more bluish foliage. See that it's much bluer, much coarser too. So if you're looking for a blue green foliage, this is the tree looking for. Unfortunately, I don't have a Sierra Juniper. I'm looking for one, just to grow it out to see, you know, the growth habits before I really like go for a tree. Right, here's another Dave and June's tree with a characteristic S turn again. I've seen this tree over the years and it still impresses me every time I see it. Again, what they'll use is this entire trunk line. This is probably good, my guess, 10-foot tree, and they actually bent it to get this the shapeage of it. So that's really awesome how they did that. And here's another black pine. Sorry, I went a little faster. There's a black pine, really nice canopy. Needle length is really good. The color's really dark green. Needle length exactly the same. We kind of go like branch to branch. The needle length is very similar to that one. This cascade's pretty awesome. Here is a giant California juniper that has been grafted with a kishu. Because well, I think it's kishu. I've never seen California juniper with a foliage this fine before. I could be wrong, but it's an awesome tree. It's really dark green, really healthy. Trees this size is hard to move, I'll tell you that. Here is a cork bark oak. And you can tell it's cork bark. There's the barkage, the leafage. One thing is missing is acorns. And that's something I've never seen on a show tree before, are like acorns on a tree. So if you have an oak tree that has like acorns on it, I would love to see it because that'd be pretty amazing. Here is a prostrata with look at the live dead veins inside a branch. That's kind of cool, and that takes artistry and kind of keep it alive. That's really cool. Without even having this natural foliage is kind of awesome too. Right. I'm gonna stroll across that room and go to the inside room over here.
Hey, pretty good. How are you?
All right, so I'm in the this is the novice room. If you believe this or not, this is novice room. So that's the psyche right there. These are all like beginner trees, as they call it, which I think these guys are like masters within themselves. And they call these beginner trees, which that's pretty awesome, I think. I think that's a Satsuki. Just missed its flowering stage. A blue rug. What's a blue rug juniper? Anybody know what a blue rug juniper is? It's a landscape juniper? I don't know. You guys know it? Leave it in a comment, please. Hey, that's blue. Look at that. That's kind of cool. I never even thought about using blue silica sand to represent water. That's kind of cool. Bro, why you like, you know? San Jose. And cork bark elm. Prostrata in a really cool pot. A nana there. That's a cork bark oak. And a rose tree. Not a rose tree, excuse me, a rosemary tree. That's awesome. No flowers yet. That's kind of cool. Let me kind of take you guys to what they have in the sales area over there. So this is Saturday, so they have their show. They have their continuous show tomorrow. They have a dinner tonight, reception tonight on Saturday night, And then this is their kind of the sales area they have. You kind of walk by and see what they have. Here's Tom Cactus. Oh, it's a bonsai here. There's their pots they have. Sorry, we're kind of reading the signs as we go. Kind of awesome. Look at this glaze. It's kind of cool. It's almost like Starry Night glaze. That's kind of cool, actually. Looking for some pots. There you go. You know, of course, we got Victor. Look at this guy.
Peter. All right.
What do you got? What do you got, Victor?
We're having great prices. This is obsidian clay. It's black by itself. There's no glaze. This is a natural color for obsidian. Come and get them.
All right, and of course you take virtual pay, right? So
anything. Just
any
need the money.
firstborn doesn't matter. There you go.
No, except that, because I don't want to pay for college.
Of course, they got other things for sale here. So let me turn the camera around really quick. So if you guys are in the area, it's a great show to come by. Again, it's Saturday today, tomorrow Sunday, the 8th. I hope to see you guys here. I'll talk to you guys later. If you guys like it, like the video, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.